standing outside the gates of Parliament, where a small but determined group of people have gathered under the banner of the Southern African Faith Communities Environment Institute to protest against the use of nuclear power as a form of energy. But it's more encompassing than that. So let's get right into it with Maya Nangle, the coordinator of SAFCI. Maya, if you can just join us over here, please. Thank you very much for your time. Maya, why are you out here today?
Thank you so much. Today marks 7 years since SAFCI and Earthlife Africa won a court case where the ruling was that the 1 trillion rand nuclear deal was unconstitutional. And today also marks the 38th anniversary since the Chernobyl disaster. So bearing that in mind, and also bearing in mind that we're 30 years into democracy and highlighting the need to center the voice of the people in decision-making processes, we're just wanting to raise some awareness about the issue of nuclear power in South Africa, the fact that Koeberg is currently applying for a long-term operation license extension, and knowing that Koeberg itself has many cracks in the cement housing. There are safety issues with Koeberg, and we know that maintenance hasn't been done properly. Eskom is also not fulfilling its job, even in terms of providing electricity to the people. So how can Eskom be running a nuclear power station that is such a potentially dangerous form of energy? And then additionally to that, government wants to procure 2,500 megawatts of new nuclear power. And we know that this is such an expensive journey to embark on when we should be investing into new renewable sources of energy such as wind and solar.
What is the issue with nuclear power?
There are many concerns with it, and amongst that is the cost of nuclear, but also the volatility and the amount of waste that is produced by nuclear that stays toxic for generations and thousands of years. So it's about the legacy that nuclear energy leaves behind. But at the same time, when we look at Eskom as an institution, that is, for me, such a concerning thing. When Eskom is clearly failing South Africa, there's so much corruption, there are so many issues that are evident that we see daily with load shedding, except now obviously leading up to the elections. But these are issues that we see, and how can we trust a structure like Eskom to be running a nuclear power station that requires so much expertise and knowledge and foresight?
Yeah. You've taken the matter to court. You won the case. What is the organization's stance, knowing that government has said nuclear power is on the cards?
It's highly concerning for us, and this is also why we want to be raising awareness as we are here. We're trying to also just educate the public, and we're not necessarily inherently against nuclear as a fundamental, but it's more in terms of the context of South Africa. This isn't the answer for South Africa, and we believe the government should be investing in renewable energies rather.
Would this be a matter that your organization would take to court again if needs be?
I can't say anything on that right now.
So what do you want people to take away from your protest action here?
To note that there are people that are opposing the decisions that government are taking, that we call for people to be involved in decision-making processes. We want the people to be centered in these decisions. The public participation and public hearings need to be meaningful, and people need to be meaningfully engaged in decision-making, but also need to be properly informed of what they are deciding on.